I'm not a math guy, but numbers. So Deion Sanders to the Cowboys has been discussed. The Athletic is reporting that Jerry's gone on a bit of a solo mission, and he's making calls himself to Deion Sanders. Jerry's just like, yeah, I'm getting a Deion. Now, he has an $8 million buyout. As respected reporter Shireen Williams says, Deion's got an $8 million buyout and Belichick a 10. Jerry doesn't do buyouts. Duly noted that Clarence Hill, been on this show, Clarence Hill Jr., respected as well, says he doesn't do buyouts and he doesn't mind the chatter. Okay, so you guys are talking numbers. I'm going to give both of these fine reporters other numbers. Jerry's 82. When you get older, everything changes. You think about your mortality once the first number of your age is 6 or 7. Secondly, the Cowboys were 7 and 10, and here's a third number. You got to pay Dak, a B quarterback, $129 million guaranteed going forward. Those are the numbers I see, not $8 million. And I think rich guys don't like dead coaching money. I don't think they like buyouts. But I think when you get older, you see the world differently. You think about your legacy and how you're going to leave it for others. Does he want to leave his kids a mess? And I think Dallas is in much worse shape than people think. I really do. I think they're in big trouble. Just in the NFC, Detroit, Philadelphia, Green Bay, and the Rams not only have better rosters now, significantly better. They have better front offices. They are drafting. I mean, the Rams do not miss on defensive draft picks. Philadelphia doesn't miss on draft picks at all. So those teams are better now. And I'm not even talking Baltimore, Kansas City, and the Bills, Chiefs. I'm not talking the big three in the AFC. I'm not talking league-wide. I'm not talking Chiefs, Mahomes, Reed. I'm not talking Josh Allen, the great Baltimore Raven team. Get those out. In fact, I won't even use the big dogs in the NFC. Just in your own division, I see major obstacles. Jaden Daniels may be as good or better than Andrew Luck as a rookie. This kid looks like Mahomes plus Lamar Jackson. This is year one. Look at his passer rating in the fourth quarter. This is not a playoff roster. He got him into the playoffs and just won a road game. Jaden Daniels, is this our next Mahomes? And then there's Philadelphia's roster, which has so many good young players, they're going nowhere for 5 years. So, and this is what worries me, lack of self-awareness. The Patriots knew with Gerard Mayo, they made a mistake. It happens. Great owners make mistakes. They pivoted 1 year. Arizona, which doesn't have a great owner, Josh Rosen, Steve Wilkes, they pivoted 1 year. I think Dallas is in danger of becoming a Jurassic Park. We'll call it Jurassic Park, where an old guy meets you at the gate and shows you the facilities, and you're really impressed with the tour.
Yeah, there you have it. Jurassic Park. He just acted like he made that up on the spot, and then they already have the graphic for it. So come on, man. He does admit that they come up with lines in the in their meetings before. So, which is always funny to me. But all right. There's a lot of things that I actually really want to unpack here. But before I do, in a lot of these Dallas Cowboys videos I make, I always like to talk directly to the fans and really ask, like, what do you guys want? Dallas Cowboys fans, I really feel like you guys have been put through the ringer for the last, like, decade plus, honestly. I feel like you've also been gaslit by the media. Everyone's always telling you kind of how great you are and you have this chance and Dak's the MVP and you have a chance to win the Super Bowl, and like the reality is like that honestly has not been that just has not been the reality. It just isn't. And I'm just curious, like, what do you want? Do you want Deion? Like, do you want Bill Belichick? Like, what do you want? And the reality is like, listen, I don't know about the Giants. I do believe in Brian Daboll, and so much depends on who they get as quarterback and all of that. But that team will be a good team. I think eventually. Don't know exactly when. But again, and I always try to tell this to fans, like, I get it, right? Your division rivals, you always want to act like they're trash, they're not good. Jalen Hurts is garbage. Jaden Daniels is overrated. Like, and I get it. The Lions fans do it about the Bears, the Packers, and the Vikings. And the Vikings fans do it about the Lions and the Packers and the, etc. Like, everyone does it. But I always try to encourage people, like, have an honest evaluation of the other teams, especially in your division. Admit, yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles are a great team, and they're really well run. It's just a reality. They've been to the same number of Super Bowls that Dak Prescott has playoff wins in the last, since Dak has entered the league. That's a real thing. That is a real thing that you have to admit, that you have to understand. Wow, yeah. They've legitimately been to the same number of Super Bowls as Dak has playoff wins. Whoever you want to blame for that, it doesn't matter. It's just a reality. It's not luck for the Philadelphia Eagles to do that, for them to take two completely different coaches and quarterbacks to a Super Bowl within, like, what was it, like a 7-year window. That's remarkable. 5-year window, actually. That's remarkable. And the Commanders were absolutely easy win for years. The only hope of them being easy wins now is Jaden Daniels getting, like, banged up or injured. Jaden Daniels is a superstar. He is. He's special. I understand the whole idea. Oh, he's a rookie. It's 1 year. Let's not overreact. The dude is special. So we can keep kind of kicking the can down the road and keep pushing things away. Or you could have an honest conversation. The Eagles are great. They've been great. The Commanders are ascending. And this will be the worst that they will be for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years. They're going to get better. Jaden Daniels is going to get better. And again, the New York Giants, you really don't know, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna make the Giants T-Rex, like, that's, it doesn't really make sense. But we'll see. But so it's like, what moves can the Cowboys make to actually be real contenders? That's what it's all about, man. It's not about just having 12-win seasons. It's not about winning a wild card round. It's about being a legitimate contender. Think about throughout this whole year, when people were talking about the Lions, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bills, they were all true, honest conversations about being legitimate Super Bowl contenders. And it's been that way now for years. Any of the Cowboys discussions over the last 3, 4, 5 years about them being Super Bowl contenders, all you did was have to really kind of unpack how those seasons went, and it was obvious that wasn't going to be the case. Not to mention, those teams never, the Cowboys teams never even really came close to, again, they never even made an NFC championship game. That just shows you how far away. The 49ers have been to multiple Super Bowls and multiple NFC championship games. The Eagles, as I've already talked about, there's actually real chances. The Cowboys have not, so it's like, what decision can you make? What can you do to finally get it? And is Dion that answer, or is Dion just going to be more chaos? Is Dion just going to be another, random dinosaur, or the one guy who tries to steal the DNA secrets, whatever the heck that guy's name is, where he puts it in like a shaving cream canister, is that who Dion's going to be? And like the whole idea, though, of the buyouts, I always want to say, when people say, oh, so-and-so never does that. Things change. Things change all the time. And also, $8-10 million buyout to Jerry Jones? Let me do the math real fast. It's wild wealth, man. It's wild. $10 million to Jerry Jones is equivalent to $58 for someone who has a net worth of $100,000. Do you realize that? It's like if you had a net worth of $100,000, it's like $58. $58 to Jerry Jones. So him just dropping $10 million is like a $58 tip on an expensive meal. Don't even get me started on wealth, man. That's just bonkers. That just brought me to a different space, man. Now, it'd be even more indefensible for Jerry Jones if he thinks that that's the right move. I'm not sold on Dion, honestly. I'm really not. I don't know. That's why it's like I don't have strong opinions at this point who the Dallas Cowboys need and what they should do, because I think they've already messed themselves up and backed themselves into such a crazy corner, honestly. And also, isn't there an actual real chance that like Shedeur Sanders could go to like New York Giants or something? Again, I don't know where exactly he'll be or what the case is, but like Dion is gonna coach against his son twice a year? I don't know. And you can't get Shedeur Sanders for the Cow. I mean, like I don't see how they would really be able to swing that with, obviously, after paying Dak and drafts and all. I mean, like that would most likely set this team back big time, unless Shedeur turns into, obviously, Mahomes. Then it's just like, you just deal with it. But I just feel like the Cowboys are a mess, and I'm not so sure that Dion is the solution to that. I don't know what the solution ends up being. I don't know if there's any real easy answer. And not to mention, he originally wanted to strike a deal with McCarthy. So I think that also shows you where your mind's at right now. Like where like Jerry Jones's mind is at. Like his original game plan was, all right, we're going to run it back with McCarthy. So that means he's not feeling that this is dire. If anything, if he wants to go get Deion, if anything, it's almost because he wants like a media win. I wonder if Jerry now feels like it was a loss that McCarthy was like, nope, I'm not doing this, man. Give me more money, give me more years, whatever, give me more power, or I'm walking. Like McCarthy pretty much just didn't do whatever Jerry wanted. Now I feel like Jerry Jones just got broken up with, and now he's like trying to find trying to date a hot Instagram model or something. Like that's what he's trying to look for. And that's what like Deion is, or Bill Belichick. He needs to get someone like flashy to be like, nah, McCarthy, we got this guy over here. Look at them take pictures of their butt on a beach. Like, like some thirst traps. So I don't know. From an entertainment standpoint, from someone who just likes entertainment and likes interesting, Deion would be fascinating. But, I don't know, man. I don't know. Deion could absolutely make a massive mess of this franchise. I really do believe that. I really, 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 really do believe that. Because I just don't know. You got to win. You got to win, and you got to win quick. Dan Campbell, who everyone loves, and rightfully so, I don't know if they'd love him as much if they weren't winning. They didn't make an NFC championship game last year and then didn't start the season as dominant as they did. If they struggled, if they just were kind of contending for the division, or, maybe, got in through the wild card round and, things of that nature, whether we're a first round exit, everybody would say Dan Campbell is just, all noise. Yeah, that's great. That's a great inspiring speech and all that, but like, you got to win games. Like, they would turn on him. Just like they did on Sirianni. 1 minute they love him. He loses in the Super Bowl, then loses first round in the playoffs, and he's shaving his head and he's on the hot seat. They start winning and they're like, Sirianni's great. He connects to the players. They lose and they'll say, he's a mess. He's getting in fight with fans. So that's what you have with Deion. If they're winning, they're like, man, the players resonate with him. The fans resonate with him. They love it. He just gets Dallas. He is Dallas Cowboys. They start losing. Deion doesn't work. And then Colin will go, Deion doesn't work in Dallas. He's a college guy. He's not meant for the NFL. We need X's and O's. Not songs and quotes. So, it's just, it goes 50-50. It's like flipping a coin, having it bounce around, and then landing on its side. It's like, where is it going to go? Where is it going to go? And, I don't fault teams for being aggressive. And maybe going out for someone like a Deion is aggressive. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why the Dallas Cowboys don't just, and again, I don't know if Ben Johnson would even want the job, but it's just like, I don't know. Why don't you just go all in for Ben Johnson? And last year, I've said this many times, you should have just went all in on Harbaugh. That's what you should have moved on from McCarthy, get Harbaugh. Boom. Boom. And then you would have had another coach to evaluate and help you decide, do we give Dak this big deal or not? Is it time to move on from him? No, you can win with Dak, great. We'll pay him, let's go. Like there was just other moves. And so the reason why the Cowboys are in such a messy situation right now are because of their failures to make decisions last year or the year before. And that's what happens. That's what happens. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Dallas Cowboys? What do you think they should do with Jerry Jones and everything else here? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here. I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.